to. Welcome back and forth. Episode 2 of the day. Definitely have a little bit of fun nonetheless. You tuned into the last episode. You heard us kind of break down our team seasons respectively in the Cowboys and the Steelers. This episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about the playoff field. Some teams that, could obviously contend for the Super Bowl and others that, are probably just participating in the playoffs. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Actually, if you tuned into the last episode, you did hear Joey kind of give a little bit of preview about good old Tom Brady.
Fucking system quarterback.
Without further ado,
system quarterback. All right. Dude's been trashed this year. All right. Let's make that clear. Watch this guy's film. I have never seen, and I love Boston sports teams. You know this. Ever since I became a Celtics fan, have been a big fan of, the Boston sports culture. The Bruins, who I'm starting to become a big fan of. Not because they're winning, just, maybe. I don't know. But the Red Sox, also, even though Mookie Betts is probably going to get traded, sadly. And then the Patriots as well. When the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, like every year, I usually root for them. Probably the only one in the house rooting for the Patriots because I think everyone else is getting tired of them winning. But, I enjoy it. I enjoy successful teams. But again, he's an overrated quarterback. He's a system quarterback. Look at this dude's, just watch his offensive highlights. This guy throws like 6-yard passes to Julian Edelman, or he throws a screen pass to James White. And then obviously a screen pass, you're not even throwing the ball to the line of scrimmage. So you're literally counting on, it has nothing to do with the quarterback. You're counting on James White and the blocking. And obviously, it makes your stats look good, but you're not throwing a 30-yard pass, in tight coverage there and just nailing it right in the receiver's arms. And I understand not every quarterback has the capability of doing that, and that's not going to be every play. I get it. You're going to run screenplays. You're going to run slants. But that's all this is all this fucking guy has been doing the past 4 or 5 years. Tom Brady, I'm not saying is a terrible quarterback, but if he gets drafted to Buffalo, I wonder where Tom Brady would be right now. All right, or if he gets drafted to New England, let's just say, and Bill Belichick's not the head coach. What do you really think we're going to be sitting here talking about Tom Brady's the GOAT? He has 6 rings. No. So, to me, from what I've seen, I personally believe he's an overrated quarterback. And people just look at the 6-ring bullshit, and they're like, he's the greatest quarterback that's ever played and the greatest football player ever. Look at this guy's throws. He's throwing 4-yard passes to James White and a 6-yard little. What is it? Dink and dunk. It's basically what all it is to me. Is a dink and dunk offense. And then you saw Miami. This guy threw 2 picks. Threw a pick 6 actually to the Miami Dolphins. And I'm not letting that one game define his career, but let's just look off of this season overall. They go 12-4. Won't have a first round bye for the first time since 2009, I believe. And this team right now, and I feel like me saying this is just gonna come back and bite me in the ass, and they're gonna end up in the Super Bowl and win it. But to me, this team, they barely get past Tennessee, and they're done in the divisional. That's how I see it personally. I don't think they're good enough this year, especially with all the injuries they've had. And it seems like age is starting to catch up with Tom Brady, and that little 7-yard pass system, dink and dunk offense isn't gonna work. I'm gonna pull up these plays and just to show you guys, but you go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. So first off, I do think historically Tom has made some incredible plays. I got to give credit where credit's due. Had an unbelievable second half in the Super Bowl against the Falcons to lead them back from that 28-3 deficit, something like that at halftime. So definitely going to give credit there. However, if we're talking about this year, Tom has definitely underperformed, and he has shown if it's not the most elite weapons you can think of, if he's just dealing with mediocre to below average weapons, he's pretty ineffective. And he's one that has even been a little critical of his weapons instead of more critical of, most quarterbacks would be like, look, had a bad game, whether or not it's on his receivers or not, a lot of them would just take the blunt of the blame and say, look, that was on me. I got to get better. I got to get in the film room, something like that. But we've heard Tom literally go out and say, you're not really say, but you can even tell on the sidelines, he's pretty much, ripping his receivers a new.
He'll even rip his
ass.
offensive. Just look at this. Go to go to Barry McCockiner YouTube channel, and like he does all these. Like watch. Like I doubt you can see it, but Matt, look. How far is that pass? 2 yards?
Yeah,
2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
And then you're gonna get a bunch of yards after catch or something.
But how
like
far
that.
is that one? About 6 yards.
Right. And that
How far is that one? 5 yards.
Right. And that's and that's the other thing. Joey's actually showing me footage from the past Super Bowl against the Rams. You look at that. Tom wasn't really special. The offense was atrocious.
The defense.
If anything, if there was any hero of that game, it was probably Julian Edelman catching those passes. Hence why he won Super Bowl MVP. I don't think Tom was necessarily that special. If you ask Tom really to throw a deep ball, I don't think he could do it consistently. Maybe earlier in his career he could do it with more accuracy and more consistency, but as of right now he can't. And this is a team I do think I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tennessee upset nonetheless, but I don't think.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Do I think it happens? Probably not. I think, like Joey said, pretty close game with Tennessee, and they probably get my new favorite saying, boat raced in the divisional round by either Kansas City or Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Kansas City's gonna fuck them.
Oh
my God!
Not to mention Kansas City's made an addition on that defense with Terrell Suggs, who's proven to be pretty good so far.
What's the I gotta see the bracket to see who they would play.
It's either Kansas City or Baltimore. Hey, take your pick. You either get Kansas City on the road or you get Baltimore on the road. You almost lost to Kansas City last year on the road had it not been for D Ford's 3 fingers being offside. And Baltimore, you went on the road on Sunday Night Football this year and you got waxed.
Really
Which
nice.
one do you want?
Okay, so the Chiefs get the winner of. They get the highest remaining seed. So if the Patriots win, they will play the Patriots in the divisional.
Congrats! You got to go to Arrowhead again. Remember last time you went there, New England, you almost lost.
Yeah. What was it? D Ford. If D Ford didn't jump off
D Ford's
sides,
3 little fingers were not offsides.
that was such bullshit.
Kansas City would have been the winner of that game and playing the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to this year,
By the way, I'm getting a little worried on that bet.
I'm not.
I'm getting a little worried. For those who don't know, we made a bet with Tony.
I'm not. I don't trust his Packers against. You got the Niners in there. You got the Saints.
Yeah.
And
$50 though, man.
And I'll take.
Hold on here. Let's just see.
And if
I ain't in quite the position to give up $50, so let's just see what's in this wallet here. Let's go. Nice little
11.
$14. So
maybe he could make like payments or something if we win.
payment plan.
There
$14 a month.
There's something like that. But no, in all seriousness, getting back
Mickey
here.
Mouse wallet, flex.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of last point I wanted to make here is people say, well, what quarterback looks great with bad weapons? My answer would be, well, look at Carson Wentz, what he did the last 4 games of the season. I think all of his receiving core wasn't really even in the NFL, I want to say, at the start of the year. And, Carson Wentz put that team on his back and, got him to a divisional title somehow. Yes, it was in the NFC East, but nonetheless.
Nick Foles is the one who won the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, Carson Wentz is...
No, not like back then, but like this year.
Oh, yeah.
The last 4 games of this year.
Yeah.
He's had awful receiving core.
Pretty crappy division as well. So
right, that kind of helps. And you kind of played crappy opponents the last 4 games.
But yeah, I'm getting a little worried on that bet, man. Chiefs are looking good. Chiefs are looking good, and the Packers are looking pretty good too.
Chiefs are looking good, but I think the Ravens look a little bit better in the AFC. You unleash Lamar
It just
Jackson.
hasn't. It could be the Chiefs and like Saints, and we're good. We win the bet.
Yeah, I don't trust his Packers at all. I would trust the Chiefs, honestly, probably more than the Packers.
Yeah, I'm getting a little...
Because I don't trust old Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think it's just... I'm stressing out.
I'm not. Unless the Packers put on a dominant opening performance in the divisional round.
Who do they have to play in the divisional?
I don't even know. It's like the winner... they may even have to play Seattle.
They're the 2 seed.
Something like...
I think it's Seattle or Philadelphia. No, it's the other ones. Well, it's not Seattle and Philly. It's the other ones.
Minnesota,
and who else?
Minnesota and whoever the
Saints.
Is it? No, Saints have a bye.
No, they don't. The Packers have the bye.
Is it? It's Packers.
And Niners have the bye.
Packers and Niners have the bye.
Yep.
Oh, so the Saints do it. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Okay, so Packers playing the
Let me
Saints.
just double check that. I'm pretty sure.
That sounds right. I think that's right. I think Saints needed a Seattle win last night to clinch a first round bye. I want to say. I could be.
Yeah, it's the Packers, and the Packers will have to either play. They'll play the highest remaining seed, so they don't have to play the Saints in the divisional.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints.
You started laughing.
I'll take the Saints in that game. You give me Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara against what? Aaron Rodgers and.
Hey, it's gonna be at Lambeau though. The cold.
Big whoop. Anyways, yeah, Drew's played in
Ice Bowl.
Drew Brees has played in plenty of those games. It's not like yes, he plays a lot of his home games in a dome, but it's not out of the question for Drew Brees to go on the road and get a divisional win. I would take the Saints in that game, no doubt.
I don't know, man.
But look,
I'm getting fucking nervous.
I'm opening my wallet, waiting for Tony's nice 50 there. But anyways,
like the old days when I can't pay his money, where the bookies would come to your house and they would break your legs and stuff.
Right? Yeah,
I've heard the piper. And
my dad's been told me about that. He's like, yeah, I had a couple friends one time that happened to him and didn't end well for them. I was like,
yeah, they'd break your legs if you didn't pay the money.
Yeah, that's if you were lucky, unless they just killed you.
That went dark. That went fucking dark.
I mean,
with a bet with our friend Tony, which I'm sure if we can't pay, he'd completely understand.
Yes,
we just went dark into the subject.
We would, in other words, we would make it up to him somehow. How about that? So,
nah, I wouldn't. Fuck Tony.
Boy. Anyways, let's take a little peek at the playoff picture, though. Kind of make some winners, I guess, for the wild cards weekend coming up. So we've got Tennessee playing New England, right? Yeah, Tennessee playing New England. Who you got?
I got New England.
Yeah.
I don't think that's much of a discussion. I don't think I need to go over why.
Yeah, I'll take. I'm with you. I'll take New England in a close one, but I do think.
Here's all the games in case you forget.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take.
Don't touch my phone, please. The games are right. Don't touch my phone.
I'll take New England in a closer game than probably people expect, but nonetheless, I will take New England. Moving on to the next game, we got Bills and Texans in Houston. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Bills Mafia here. That's my upset. I'm gonna go Bills Mafia. They already beat one Texas team earlier this season. I think they're gonna get the other. So I'm gonna go with Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
I like my boy Josh Allen, Wyoming alum, and that defense is pretty good too.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with I'll go with Texans here. I think Deshaun Watson. This is kind of his time to really show what he can really do as a quarterback, especially in the playoffs. And I do think Houston is much more capable of putting up a lot more points than the Bills. I think that's a very big weakness of Buffalo is their lack of offense. My one question with Houston is how good their defense is going to be. Are they going to be able to, keep that Bills offense, traditionally to where it is? If they're able to do that, I do get the Texans winning this one and advancing on to play Kansas City. That could be a shootout. Moving on to the NFC, though. We've got the Vikings
Saints
going to the Saints in the Superdome. Joey's got the Saints, and
I trust Kirk Cousins in a primetime game in the playoffs to go on the road and win.
I don't think so. Yeah, I'll take the Saints as well. Drew Brees playing great football as of late. Sean Payton always comes ready for this spot. And the Saints have played great all year. Like I said, you've got Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. Those are three unbelievable players. Not to mention a pretty solid defense all around, not too shabby. And, I can't go against the Saints, especially at home, nonetheless, against a very poor Kirk Cousins. And then moving on to the next game, you've got, looks like, Seattle going to Philly to play the Eagles. Who you got?
This is tough for me. I truly believe that the Eagles are fully capable of pulling off an upset. I don't think that this is just a no-brainer, and I don't think the Seahawks will run away with this game either. But I think the Seahawks are the safer bet here, so I will go with Seattle. I think I'm going to trust Russell Wilson and that offense a little more than Carson Wentz and the Eagles, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles win, and don't count them out.
Yeah. I think this is a closer game than people think as well. But you got to remember, Seattle did just add both Robert Turbin and Marshawn Lynch to their backfield. Big shout out to Beast Mode, by the way, last night getting a big touchdown,
They threw Skittles on the field.
redeeming himself on the 1 yard line, so to speak, or whatever, from the Super Bowl. But
Well, they got back on the one, and then they got the delayed game, which pretty much kind
Right.
of lost them the game.
I know. I was hoping Beast Mode would do it. I was like, come on, man. Get
You know,
the
2
game winner.
touchdowns.
Especially the game winner. That'd be awesome. But anyways, no, I'll take Seattle in this game. I don't necessarily trust Carson Wentz as much to be throwing to coleslaw, essentially, is what his receiving core is. And I don't think they really have much of a true established running back in that backfield. And quite frankly, I think Russell Wilson makes a couple more plays than Carson Wentz does in this game. To guys like DK Metcalf, players like that. I think you could look for even a breakout game from Marshawn Lynch, maybe Robert Turbin if they get him involved. So definitely, I think more weapons and assets for the Seahawks to go into the link, as they call it in Philadelphia, and pull off the wild card win.
That's the nickname for Lincoln Financial Field, is the link.
Yep, the link. I think score prediction on that one, probably you're looking at something like 24-21, something like that. Close. Seattle has the ball on the last possession, and they kick a game-winning field goal, something like that.
Or they throw an interception on the 2 yard line.
Yes, and but they have to have Marshawn Lynch on the field for that to happen.
Well, even though he's still on the team, so it's still.
They're gonna get first and goal on the 1 again, and Marshawn's gonna be like, "All right, Pete, you're gonna give me the ball this time, right? Watch this.
Pick
6." Anyways, no, those are our picks for the playoffs. Tom Brady obviously breaking down his system quarterback-ish type of performance, I guess, this season. And
System QB.
You heard it first here on Back and Forth on the Four Quarters channel. Joey thinks Patriots could be done in the divisional, so should be interesting.
I'm sure that'll come back and bite me in the ass.
And the Super Bowl winner is the New England Patriots.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. We did this last year. We're like, the dynasty's over.
We're like, all right, we got the Rams are gonna get them. Sean McVay's gonna outsmart Belichick, and nope.
The Sith won again.
Yeah.
The Emperor, Bill Belichick.
Yes.
He looks just like the good dude from Star Wars, the Emperor.
Yes.
With especially when he puts the hoodie on and everything.
Exactly.
You're a Sith now.
Exactly. No doubt about that. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in to the last episode, this episode, and we got also one more coming up. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Like, share, comment, subscribe, drink up. Cheers. Joe, you got anything?
Same thing as last one, in case no one watched it. Hope you had it's going to get old saying, because I'll probably say it again the next one as well. Hope you obviously had a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or whatever holiday you may celebrate. And, have a happy and safe New Year as well. Appreciate your support. Please keep it up. And obviously, like Matt just said, share with your friends, family, or, whoever, your neighbor, whatever. Stay tuned for more episodes.